Good morning. It's Wednesday, July 30th, 2014, 9 o'clock, and we're in the Senator Hearing Room, Courthouse Square, 555 Court Street Northeast in Salem for our weekly Board of Commissioners meeting. We start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, so please join us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So where did July go? Really?
Still here.
Still here? All right. Our first item is always public comment. Quite often no one's here to take advantage of that, but this morning we do have someone. David Beams, if you'd come up and introduce yourself and tell us what you'd like to. Either one.
Commissioners, my name is David Beam. I'm an advocate for special needs population for Salem area. And I'd like to be on the Mental Health Advisory Board for Marion County for all the disability people in this Marion County. I do a lot of volunteer work for all the dances for the mentally disabled people every 2 weeks for disabilities for all the group homes in this county. I'd like to be named as soon as possible. And I want to serve 4-year term for Marion County, and I will bring some issues up for mental health issues for the legislature, and I work with the county commissioners all the way.
All right.
And keep the jobs here.
All right. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Dave, it was good to see you out at the open house. Was that last Thursday, I think?
Yes, I was.
Wednesday? Yeah. It was great to see you out there, and thanks for all you do in the community.
I like to see we have in the Marion County, don't have a disability advocate for the police departments and for the police departments for Marion County Sheriff. We need an advocate for them, because a lot of them can't read and write for Marion County. So I was wondering if the commissioner would bring that up at the next meeting, because I think that'll be good for Marion County special needs population. That's it.
All right. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next is our consent calendar, rather short, and I believe it's Commissioner Carlson's this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will move today's consent calendar. Under Board of Commissioners, we have one OLCC application that's recommended for approval. It's for Lancaster Liquor in Salem. Under Finance, approve an intergovernmental agreement with the Department of Environmental Quality for access to county property to remove an underground storage tank. And under Public Works, approve an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Silverton for the coordination of issuing building permits and inspections.
I'll second the motion.
All right, it's moved and seconded to approve the consent calendar this morning. Any further discussion? I just might add one, just looking, this is the DEQ thing is a Staten ex or former gas station removing the tanks, and that'll be good for everybody. Anything else? Okay, call the question. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye, motion passes. We have one action item this morning under Public Works. Consider approval of a resolution transferring control of Charter Communications Incorporated franchise to Comcast Corporation. Alan Haley and Scott Norris. So, good morning and go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Commissioners. Alan Haley, Public Works. Before you is that resolution to go ahead and transfer control of Charter Communications to that franchise to Comcast Corporation. Both Charter and Comcast have franchises in the county. They're active. This is not going to affect the services that are being provided by those franchises. The proposed transaction also does not represent anything material changes to the existing franchise. This does give Comcast a county-wide franchise, whereas currently they only have a franchise in the urban growth boundary. So that is one change. The bigger issues here are more of a legal nature. So, which Scott's going to address with the filings we have from the FCC.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Scott Norris from the Office of Legal Counsel. This transaction is part of a much larger transaction whereby Comcast is acquiring Time Warner Cable. It's a three-part transaction between Comcast, Time Warner, and Charter. First, Comcast is going to sell Time Warner cable systems that serve approximately 1.5 million customers nationwide to Charter. Second, Charter and Comcast are going to exchange cable systems serving approximately 1.5 million Time Warner customers and approximately 1.6 million Charter customers. That's one of, and this franchise is one of those. And third, Comcast is going to spin off several systems in the Midwest that serve approximately 2.5 million customers, and that will be a separate entity. In this situation, the franchisee is going to be the same after this transaction. The only difference is that the entity owning the franchisee is changing from Charter to Comcast. And if there's any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
I'm sure that was clear.
Clear as mud.
So, Mr. Chair, what areas of the county does Charter serve? What geographic area?
A very small section in mid-central Marion County. Total fees to the county coming in, excuse me, from Charter are about $1,500. So at a 5% level, you can see that the customer base that's being affected in Marion County is extremely small.
Mr. If I could, so no cities are in that area at all?
I believe there's a section of Staten that might have a part of Charter,
Okay,
but it's mostly rural.
mostly unincorporated, okay.
Anything else? I just got one comment. The only thing that troubles me, and it looks like it'd be a kind of a federal level on the monopolization and moving around, and even here I have nothing bad about either company, but we haven't been able to sign a franchise with Comcast in Salem, and it sounds like they still continue to pay, and it's kind of business as usual. But we do find ourselves with truly no alternatives if you can't make an agreement, and that's probably not a good position to put ourselves in. And I know this is so small that doesn't come up, but it's just a thought that goes through my mind driving this morning.
Yeah, the franchise negotiation with Comcast and the urban growth boundary and this transaction actually have, I can see the connection, but there's really no connection to the two. They're totally separate transactions.
And a separate agreement too, I presume then, that continues?
That is correct. We will actually have two franchises with Comcast. One that's Marion County-wide, covering a very small portion of residents, and then the one that covers the...
But the other point of just one provider available, I guess there's other options in today's world too, from computer to satellite, but...
And in open Marion County, in rural Marion County, you also have wave broadband that is available in several areas. They've been growing quite a bit in Marion County. They have a large customer base, nothing like Comcast, but it's quite, from a rural perspective, it's quite a large base.
All right. Well, we have a recommendation to approve the resolution. Anything else anybody want to bring up?
Mr. Chair, I'll recommend that we approve the resolution transferring the control of Charter Communications, Inc. franchise to Comcast Corporation.
Okay, I'll second the motion.
All right, it's been moved and second, approving the resolution that transfers control of the cable franchise. Further discussion? Don't hear or see a thing, so all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to say we have a lot more to talk about this morning, but appears we don't. No public hearings. So the last that I have to do is to read the places we will be together in the next week. This afternoon at 3 o'clock here in Courthouse Square, Silverton Conference Room, 5th floor, we have a capital improvement projects at the Health Department. I'm told it'll be riveting. We get to choose window colors. That was the highlight of that one. Tomorrow, or also this afternoon, is the Public Works Retirement Celebration for John Vanderzand, and Alan's still here. And this is, I consider, a big loss, although we have a wonderful replacement. But John's been the head of our emergency management system for a number of years. His retirement's today at Public Works, 5155 Silverton Road in Salem. Monday, 8:30 to 9, Commissioner's Calendar Review in the Silverton Conference Room, 5th floor, 555 Court Street in Salem. That's followed at 9 o'clock by Management Update in the same location. Next Wednesday, also at 9 o'clock, is our next board session. That's here in the Senator Hearing Room in Courthouse Square. And the last item on the list is a monthly meeting we have at Woodburn with the location to be announced, and that's at noon in Woodburn. So, that was rather simple. Anybody have anything else to kind of salvage our gathering here this morning? Nope, no issues?
Quick.
I'm tempted, but I'll just let it pass, and let's call this meeting adjourned.